Hi everybody, and hello all Diana fans. Everybody that knows me knows for over 3 years Diana fans have made my channel #1, and the amount of views that I've got from Diana fans to each one of my reactions has enabled me to hit 1 million views. So a big thank you to all of you. But a lot of people said, why don't you just turn your channel into a Diana Ankudinova channel? That would be very unfair to all the other artists on the channel, and plus they have very little followers. Diana has a global massive following. I'm not surprised. Baikal was my last reaction and I got a phenomenal response, so thank you to that. And people said it was the best reaction on YouTube, those who'd watched it. Thousands of others didn't, because more and more people, more and more reactors are coming back to view Russian artists and not bring in politics. Yay! It's all about the music. This is a visualizer to Diana's song that is called, I'll just bring it up now, We Remained. I also want to give a shout out to the translator of the lyrics. I hope Layla Heb, and that's on translations.com, who translated this particular song. So We Remained. So I'm looking forward. I'm just getting my notes. As always, everybody knows when it's live with me, I just like to put everything in order. Let's hope this all works. I don't need to give an introduction to Diana, but judging from the lyrics, and I'm just going to read out a few of the lyrics before it plays. It starts, I'm holding my head with my hands, my thoughts stuck between the fingers, but I don't remember what happened before we met. It's almost like throughout the lyrics, I got the impression that Diana was almost suffering amnesia about a past love. It's like, did it happen? Didn't it happen? There was a lot of questions in the lyrics, as I will discuss after. So therefore, I came across this animated film. The original title is called Gravity. And I felt, isn't that the perfect visualizer for this particular song by Diana? So what I have done is I've combined the two. Diana will sing over the animated film, and you will see a repetition of it because the lyrics repeat. So I know the point in the video to go back and repeat the actions of the video, if that makes sense. And what happens is a beautiful visualizer to a beautiful song happens, and it gives you something to focus on. Those people who don't understand English, hit the translation button and bring up your translations, because you need to know the words of this song. As always, Diana sings from the heart. As always, Diana is a person of merit, of worth when it comes to what she delivers, whether it's war songs, whether it's folklore songs, whether it's pop songs, whether it's cover songs, or whether it's beautiful ballads like this. I always try and do a very special thumbnail to attract people, and people know that I will always try and find to audios like We Remained, because it's only just dropped. I will always try and find my own visualizer that I feel represents the song perfectly. I think you'll agree, and I think we're all, as Diana fans, going to enjoy this. Let's listen to her sing in her native tongue, Russian. Let us also watch the visualizer as she sings, and then I will give you the beautiful rendition that is in English, the translation of the lyrics. Even in Russian, I adore Diana Ankudinova. Everybody knows that. She has been the backbone to my channel's success and her fans, and I hope it continues. I hope our relationship, me from Ireland, her from Russia, you from all over the world, come together to savor every single song that she does, because it's uniquely unique and special. And in the musical world, that's exactly what we need. We just need a few moments to disappear, relax and enjoy. So everybody, let us relax and enjoy to today's song by Diana, We Remained. Let us all enjoy Diana's new latest, one of a few that she's dropped in the last couple of weeks, all getting phenomenal responses. But I always do something different. People know that. And I do it because I adore her voice, her music, her sense of worth, and what she's about as a young lady. And I've kind of nurtured her almost like a musical niece, family, cousin. She almost feels like family to me at this stage. This is the reason why I go out of my way to make special thumbnails and also add visualizers to songs like this that will just go wow. So let's all wow together.
Закрою глаза руками, мысли застряли меж пальцев. Не помню, что было с нами, когда мы друг друга не знали. Но меня забывали, прятаться под карниз. Это был наш каприз. Меня забывали, прятаться под карниз. Это был наш каприз. Сектор приз, на барабане бис. Нам кричали мы, не замечали их. Просто бежали вниз, корабль отчалил. С тобой на причале мы тогда не остались и не расстались мы. Не расстались мы. Оставили мысли в прошлом, забыв, как тогда качала. И будто назло молчанию рубашка тобою пропахла. Но меня забывали, Первый этаж карниз, свесили ноги вниз. Все наши детали не разгадали. Прятаться под карниз, это был наш каприз. Сектор приз, на барабане бис. Нам кричали мы, не замечали их. Просто бежали вниз, корабль отчалил. С тобой на причале мы тогда не остались и не расстались мы. Не расстались мы.
So what do you think that, everybody, as a visualizer for her song We Remained? I think it married very, very well, and it tells the story of this, and I'll go straight into the lyrics. Diana says, and again, I want to just always thank the people who translate, and I do want to give a big shout out to Layla Heb on Lyrics Translate on youtube.com. You can get that in Google. It begins, I'm holding my head with my hands, my thoughts stuck between the fingers. I don't remember what happened before we met. So when you're in a relationship, everybody, and you are sitting and you're thinking about that relationship, sometimes it almost, because you're in shock, because it's broken up, and obviously this is broken up, and you try and remember things about it, you almost forget about it. Why? And I always say this to my friends, because that relationship wasn't for you, number one. Number two, you're meant to forget. Imagine your brain is like a computer. We all know that we have to erase information on the computer to allow more information to be stored. So it's love works that way in the heart as well, almost like you have to erase a past love mentally for you physically to heal the pain, for you to allow karma to bring another love back into your life. So it continues, but we didn't forget, it was our whim to hide under the ledge. But we didn't forget, it continues, we didn't forget, it was our whim to hide under the ledge. So that repeats itself. It's almost like a chantra in the lyrics. And then it says, the wheel of fortune stopped at prize. So who is the prize? It's almost like what she's saying is, when you have love and you think, I can't believe I'm sitting here and I've forgotten, oh my God, what it was about and what we shared and what we said. What's happening to me? Don't worry, don't panic. That's meant to happen in life. Even your parents will tell you that's supposed to happen because you're supposed to move on. And it's also to hide, under the ledge is your feelings. You're supposed to push down any anger, any upsets, because that's how we get rid of emotions and put them into the pit of our stomach. And how do you release them, you say? Eventually you'll walk a walk, you'll walk your dog, you'll go out and have a great time with your friends, and you'll realize, oh, that's what I needed to feel better. There'll be a moment where you'll feel better by doing something with people or on your own that you love that will get rid of those in your stomach where you're not eating, where you feel, your feelings are upset. Because it says, and what is the prize? The prize is when the mental and the physical combine and you mentally are strong enough to move on and your health is okay and the hurt is gone. In other words, healing has taken place. And she said, people shouted encore to us. We paid no attention. We just ran away. The ship departed down the river, but we did not stay on the pier then. And we never parted. We remained together. So she always talks about this soulmate connection. So there's an emptiness, there's a breakup, but there's a soulmate connection there between the two of them. And we left everything in the past, forgetting how waves rocked us then. But as in spite of forgetting, your shirt keeps your smell. We didn't forget. In other words, it's very, very true, whether a person is alive or dead, that a piece of clothing, when you smell it, I remember when my mother died, her scarf, for many, many months, her scarf smelt of her perfume. And that's how I healed. So in here is a similar way of, there's things around Diana that's telling her it hasn't disappeared altogether. You've got reminders of what once was through that smell. And a piece of clothing like a shirt, that's the cologne or perfume that they wore. There's those kind of special, and they are special moments. And sometimes it's not so bad when you break up that you remember the smell. You think, wow, they're still here. Because love never goes away. Even if you meet somebody new, you move on, you still have past loves in here. What's affected your heart, it never really goes away. You just need to accept that. Because she continues, the wheels of fortune stopped at a price. People shouted on chords to us. We paid no attention. We just ran away. And that's like the video I showed. You see the young girl with the emotions, the ghost-like figure of what once was in her arms, and you see the ghost, which is her past, putting the arms around her. But then she's like, no, I don't need this. And she's dismissing it. You do dismiss it in life, like she said. But then, as Diana says, your shirt keeps your smell. And we don't forget. And that's also reflective in the video, which I thought was wonderful, where she's floating and she's going around, and the ghost comes back to pull her out of depression and put her on her feet, as much to say, we're soulmates. I will never let you, even in your darkest moments, fall too low that your heart is broken. In other words, this song is about lost love, but a strong connection within the heart to that person always. That's what this song's about. And then she said, the ship departed down the river, but we did not stay. Everyone's heard of the saying, passing ships in the night. It's a very, I don't know what you would say in Russian. Maybe you would tell me a similar saying and I could learn something. And so in the comments, it'd be great if you would tell me that. But there must be a Russian saying very similar to the English, that two ships that pass in the night. This is what hits me with this lyrics. The ship departs down the river. But she said, but we did not stay. So on the pier, they got onto the ship. In other words, they went for that boat ride, and they realized in time they were like two ships, two opposite ships that passed. But they went on this journey from the beginning, and here at the end on these lyrics, to the end on a ship that took them over the waves. And waves are very representative of emotions, because the waves that crash up and down, those kind of things. So they went on an emotional journey together of love. And as it says, we never parted, we remained together. They still, at the end of the day, even, and I've said, they're never apart, because it didn't finish in an awful bad way. This love finished in a civil way, a good way, a harmonious way. They just weren't for each other. They went on that ship. But that ship they initially took together will always be there in memory, in the smell of the shirt. She'll always be reminded of that love that wasn't meant to be, but was special. So that love will always remain. We will remain. And that's why I played this visualizer, because I thought it was the perfect visualizer for this song. I hope you agree. Thanks for listening. Look forward to doing another Diana and Cantanova for December, and hopefully it'll be my biggest, because this year Diana's 4 reactions have gone into the top 10 this year alone. She also has, from the previous year, 22, 4 in my top 5. Diana, you're number 1 with the fans, and you prove it on my channel all the time. Let's share this video. Start sharing, commenting, liking, and make my visualizer the number 1 for Diana for 2024. Let her reign continue. She is the Russian princess of pop, but she's also my musical little girl that's grown up musically to become what she's become. And what has she become? Very special indeed. Take care.